Hey, could someone explain to me why I have students and parents of students at Ohio State University contacting me to tell me that there's a man walking around campus with a rifle? Like, why am I the person they're reaching out to? Because I wasn't the first person. At least one of those people called campus police. And campus police said, oh, it's peaceful protest. We're not going to do anything. It's peaceful protest, except while Ohio does have open carry laws, from what I see from the bylaws and rules of campus, it doesn't apply to campus. You can't walk around Ohio State University with a gun slung over your shoulder. And this is High Street, which, I mean, is that not technically campus? Is there housing on High Street? Is there bookstores? Is there places? Because students are seeing him.
That was Tizzy ENT, and yes, for those of you who aren't Buckeyes or haven't seen Ohio State's campus or visited Columbus, nobody's perfect, there is housing and bookstores on High Street, which is kind of the easternmost part of campus. Depending on how far this person or people went on High Street, they would be near or across dorms. Either way, there are apartments on High Street, in addition to businesses and restaurants. Young adults are there. Kids are there. I take my kids back on campus from time to time when I feel like tolerating young adults. Was I like that at that age? University spokesperson Ded Hetman said in an email that the University Police Division was aware of the individuals and monitored them on High Street, but the demonstrators were, quote, lawfully engaged in an open carry demonstration on campus, per the Lantern, the independent student voice of Ohio State. Now, I'm not going to speculate as to what this man or men are or is protesting. I'm glad it remained peaceful, but we don't have any insight as to what the purpose of the guns and protest is because it seems like police didn't speak to them. So we don't know.
We just had students, children killed at a school by someone armed. So what exactly is he protesting? What is the objective here? What's he hoping to gain? What I think he's trying to get is attention to intimidate and instill fear. As patriot, so tactical, you and your loafers and your jeans, you joke. So, is this cool, Ohio State University, or could maybe you go have a conversation? Like, I'm sure there's appropriate places for things and places that aren't appropriate, and this feels inappropriate.
Meanwhile, a man described in court documents as being in a, quote, very dangerous mental state was recently arrested on the North Carolina A&T campus after asking for help from campus security, who saw multiple weapons in his car. This could have gotten worse and could have become dangerous. I hope he gets the help he needs. According to Ohio law, most people over 21 can conceal carry without a permit, and open carrying is legal. Ohio law allows anyone to legally own a gun without training or permits and does not require background checks for gun owners. However, according to the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, concealed carry is not permitted on Ohio University campuses. Following a 2009 settlement, Ohio State allows storage of firearms in locked vehicles on campus. So what is the law? In fact, where is the law? A sign showed each cookie had a different price based on a customer's race, with Asians paying the most at $150 and natives, whose land we are on, is free. I mean, good.
One would think that in today's climate that you would understand how inappropriate this is. Okay, scratch that, because no, you wouldn't, because this still happens today, to this day, all the time. But Clemson, South Carolina, University of Clemson. It's crazy that nobody said, hey, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this. This might be a bad idea. I guess not.
Now, many have pointed out that this stunt occurred on the first day of Black History Month, and honestly, as dumb and as racist as that is, that's not what gets me. Nah, I made the mistake of reading the statement that Turning Point USA released in order to try to explain this nonsense. A spokesperson from the Clemson TP USA chapter said the bake sale was in an effort to highlight what takes place at other universities like Harvard and UNC, and that it was not targeting Clemson. That's suspicious. That's weird. This from the Clemson TPUSA chapter, quote, "Our student organization tabled on campus today in opposition to affirmative action. The bake sale was held to highlight the discrepancy amongst races in the college admission process. Although no cookies were actually sold, the prices on our poster represented the different standards set for different races in the admission process." With that said, according to WYFF, TPUSA said they are not sure of what Clemson's processes are in terms of admission and affirmative action. So there's that. Back to the TPUSA statement. Our organization believes discrimination of any kind, including the discrimination brought about by affirmative action, is morally wrong and violates the Equal Protection Clause. Unlike the universities that implement affirmative action programs and set different standards for different races, we handed out cookies to all students today, regardless of race. So, what bothers me is that these white women, if they are staff at Clemson, could very well have been the beneficiaries of affirmative action, seeing how affirmative action benefits white women the most.
I want to add to this topic too. The people that primarily benefit from affirmative action, despite what the bake sale sign says, are white women. They are the primary beneficiary of affirmative action. Say what you want, think how you think, feel how you feel, but you can look that up.
They may not know it or acknowledge it, and it's not reflected in their cookie prices. And this white man, if he were a student, could be there solely because he's a legacy admission or a student of staff or a donor. Is this merit-based? A lot of white students and staff are getting a lot of cookies for free.